Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
So guys, I'm going to teach you two things now in the next 1 hour. One is how to create image using Dockerfile. Okay, that is the one thing. And then second one is like how to use working with Docker Compose in a simple way. I'll put it up. Working with Docker Compose. So these are the two demo I am going to show you with. So let's So first thing what I'm going to ask you to look at it is what is Dockerfile? What is Dockerfile? So guys, here Dockerfile is having a list of instructions. Yeah, list of instructions, or let's say lines of instruction. I would say this will be right keyword. Lines of instruction. Okay, so each line create one layer. Mind it here. I said in the last process, when you commit to the container, then one layer get created and that layer get attached to some image name, which I did last time. But this time I can create multiple layer, and each layer you can do whatever you want it to do. So here Dockerfile is a file. Okay, it's a file. Okay, it's a file. It has a lines of instruction. It has Ramya, are you speaking something? Can you mute yourself? There's a huge noise coming from your side. Yeah. So lines of instruction. Each line where it's create one layer, and you know one thing which is very interesting is each layer create create from a container. Look at it. Each layer create from a container from previous previous line layer. This is the one. Yeah, I think this will be the good one. So here each layer created get created from a container from previous lines layer. Okay, so this is the Docker file. Now the instruction, the one which I'm going to show you. So let's get started. So guys, here if I look at it, these are the things I did right in the containers, and all this thing, it was a one container, one layer it got created. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, let's say, select the base image. So I'm writing a Docker file. So here I say from Ubuntu. So that means from Ubuntu means this is the base image of that the one which I'm creating. Now from here I would like to tell who are you. Name is Rajesh Kumar. Email ID is rajeshkumar.xyz. So this is the one line number one, line number two. So this is the Docker file content, lines of instruction. Now, what do you want to do? So guys, I want to run here what? I want to run update. Do you want to do something else? Ampersand. I want to install Git and -y, remember. So this is the I want to do. Do you want to copy some file? So here I copied the file, if you remember, devops.war file, right? So I want to copy this file from current location of the Docker file to the OPT. Do you want to set the environment env java home is equal to opt xyz, some dummy URL? What else you want to do? So these are the list of, see here, lines of instruction. This is one instruction, this is one instruction, this is one instruction, this is one instruction, this is one instruction. So now all these five instruction which is there in the Docker file, and each line create one layer. So this will create one layer, this will create one layer, this will also create one layer, and this one also will create one layer. So here I think Ubuntu has a three layers, three data layers, and plus four layers. Altogether the image which you will create, which will have a 7 layers. Now last line is each layer get created. That means this layer get created from a container from previous lines layer. That means this container, this layer will be created from the container of this one. So that means there'll be, see, this will write one layer, this will write one layer, this will also write one layer, and this will also write one layer. And here this container will be created from this layer, from this container will be created from this layer, this container will be created from this layer. So this is how it happens. So guys, these are the rules of Dockerfile. If you understand that, you are good to go with it. Guys, any confusion so far? Any questions? Any questions? Hello? Hello? Okay, so guys, what I'm going to do is I am going to create one image out of it. So guys, let's get it created. So here, remember, DevOps.file is in current directory. So here, vi Dockerfile and put all this content here and save it. And command is docker build -t image name image1 and dot is the place from where it will take all the context file. And now it's building. You see the step number 1, pulling the Ubuntu, step number 2, step number 3, update is happening, Okay, step number 4, you see here, step number 5. So this is the image created. Let me show you here. Docker images, Docker images. So guys, here this is the image got created, size of 201 from Ubuntu. So if you look at this here, Docker history, Ubuntu. So F6 Docker history image 1, and you see here till here it's Ubuntu layer, and 1, 2, 3, 4, out of which this is a meta layer, this is a data layer, this is a data layer, it's a meta layer. So you see here this one is setting environment to the meta layer. Then here you are copying the file. It should be data layer actually. But you know why this data layer is not got created? Because the file was empty. It's not having any size. So that's the reason actually it's a 0 byte. And now this is a data layer and this is again meta layer. So now guys, you see here, I wrote 4 line, I got a 4 layer. How to do that? Save. If you want to save more, you want to convert into the more line. So what you can do is you can put this one and make it something like this. So now this will create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layer. So this is the 5 layer. So guys, I am creating, this is the file. So file name can be anything also. So doc2. Okay. So here this file name. Now command will be same. And here you have to add -f doc2 and creating this. So okay, by mistake I should have changed the name of the images, which I didn't do that actually. So I should have done it. Yeah. So I should have changed the name of the images. And here if the file name is Dockerfile, then like this. And you see here Docker images. This is the one. This is the last images which I reclaim that image. So Docker history, this one, and see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so guys, this is the way you can write an image. Now what we will, there's a one questions which I'm going to read out. -f is to follow the logs while building it. No, no, no. If the file name of the Docker file is something other than Docker file, then you use the name of it, -f and then name of the file name. So that you can do that. Okay, so guys, now what we will do, we will look at it one Docker file, and we will see that how the production ready Docker file is been written out. So look at this here, and for that Docker hub Jenkins. We are using from last 2 days, we are going to look at it and see that work. So guys, look at this. This is the image we were using. And here is the Docker file. And let's study this. This is the Docker file. See here. Here we have a from, run, arg, volume, env, copy, expose, user, entry point. These are the things. It's a production ready. Let's understand one by one. So here, these many lines you have, that means you will get that many layers to that image. Simple. Okay. Now you see here, run. Here this logical AND they are using to avoid multiple layers. So this you can do in a 3 layers, 3 run, but if you use logical AND, you can convert into the 1 layer. Okay. Now what is the ARG? So guys, here ARG basically it will create a meta layer, but you know what kind of meta layer? So basically ARG is a way to provide the values to the runtime environment, during runtime environment, or during the use cases, using that is like a variable. So here the variable is user and value is Jenkins. Variable is group and value is Jenkins, like this. So these are the variable is set, and this will be used during arguments during the runtime to the container. Okay, during the container. How can you do that? How can we use this value Jenkins? By calling the user variable. So let's look at this here. Here, see here. $user. $user. See here. Here also they are using. And here also they are using. So like that. Okay. So you define at one place and you can use remaining other places. Env is basically to set the environment variable to the container. For example, here I set, look at this here. Here I set one environment variable Java home, right? To optxyz. So can I see that? Look at it. So Docker images, I have images, right? Docker run -itd and image. I got the container from this image. Docker execute and env. See here, Java home is set in the environment variable, correct? So that can be done during the runtime if you introduce these lines. So Jenkins required this kind of variable, so they are setting up. So whatever the environment variable you need it, you can set it up as well. Again, if you see, there's one more run here. Now this line is interesting. Guys, you might have looked at it. There were so many volumes where they're under the var lib docker volume directory. But at that time, we had not created any volume. So how come you got those volumes? So volumes, you got it because of this line. Remember, Docker events also showed me that volume got created and attached to the container. And also, we were seeing that during the volume session, right? So here what is happening, this volume will be created and they'll be mounting inside a container at this location, var Jenkins home. And beautifully they are writing all the files under the var Jenkins home. So that way even the container is gone, your data of the container will not be deleted. So this is the way you can check that volume. Again, you see here there's run env Run. Now see here, copy, you know that very well. Copying the current file from the current location to the location inside a container at this location. Again, arg, env, arg, and env. See here. Now these are the two things here. Now expose. So guys, let me tell you here is,
One question here, Rajesh.
yeah,
See that Groovy file copying was there, right?
yes, yes.
So when they are copying it from the current directory and they are pushing it into the user share Jenkins directory, right?
No,
That
in the
init.
container, yeah.
So from where they are getting this init.groovy file? Like when it will run in our machine,
Ha, it
let's
will
say I
be
am running this.
the place where your Docker file. Remember, I did also. Here, my Docker file is here or here, and I was having DevOps.var in a current location. So I did
That
right
is
here.
fine. So there because you have that file, but now that init.groovy, who from where that init.groovy file is coming?
Okay, remind it here. This is a repository of this one. What do you say? Git. So this is the Docker file, which the content I'm showing you. So if you go to this location, you will
Oh,
see all this
okay.
file. It's a GitHub repository. See here.
Oh, so
Somewhere. What was the
basically
name?
we first we have to clone this one, and
Yes,
when we clone it, you will have the files there. Then this Docker file will act on the top of it.
correct. Yes, this is how it happens.
Hmm. Okay, okay.
Yeah. So it will take from the current location where you have a Docker file. If you have a
Hmm.
different location, you can specify here. Okay. So again, arg, again environment variable, again arg, again environment variable. Now this is interesting. And this is interesting. Remember, Jenkins runs on the two port, 8080 for web server and 50,000 for agent. But let me tell you guys, this will not do anything with that relationship. Remember, application runs with some specific port decided by application, not by Docker file. So whether Jenkins wants to run on 8080 port or some other port, that decisions will be taken care by Jenkins application file. Docker has no interferences on that. So you must be wondering, okay, why these they are exposing and what is the expose all about? So guys, do you remember -p you do that? -p?
For the container port, host
Yeah,
port to the
yeah, yeah,
container port.
yeah. So guys, what happens? This expose will give you two functionality. Expose will give you two functionality. One is if you write expose and when you run a container, let me run it and then show you. Mind it here, it's not functionality, but it's just helping you actually. So here run -d Jenkins. I just run this container and I'll show you here. I think it was not there. I deleted. So guys, that here, if you see that this information comes right, this information comes 8080 and 50,000. How come only two information? So this information come because of this. You know what? When you do Docker run -p 8080 to 8080 and -p to 50,000 to 50,000 or something like that. Okay, internal port all page. So how do you decide this -p will take this one because this. So first one is expose HTTP. Second one is, so you can specify two port because of this. So this have a functionality. Most of this is information only. So this will tell you if you expose that, then whole world will come to know, okay, you are running container on 80 port and 50,000 port. So first will be 80, second will be 50. This is informational one. So, and also you can use with a hyphen p for exposing first and hyphen p second for exposing second. So yes, this is the one. Now again, environment. Guys, this is important. Anyone remember?
One question, Rajesh. Like I did not get that one. How which port of our container is exposed to which port here? Like both the ports are mentioned here, right? HTTP port and agent port.
Right.
So like to the outside world, which port is exposed is linked to which port of the container? How?
Wait a second. Yeah. See, what I'm trying to tell you, see, I'll give you one application and
Okay.
I will ask you to run it. Think about it. Very simple problem. I'll give you, let's say, Apache, and you are a very newbie in the software engineering domain. And I will say, okay, you run Apache by running this command. You run this Apache. But now how you will access that application? How you will access whether it's running on 80 port, 81, 85, 86, 80, 100, because only developers knows that that application is running on certain ports. So you have to tell that person, right? So now the question is, I am using Jenkins image. Now I know that Jenkins run on 8080, but not everyone knows that. So how that person will come to know Jenkins is running on 8080 port? So for that, if you include those port number through expose, then only you will see that mind it here. I got the container from image 1. It has no port specification, but I get a container from Jenkins. It has a port specification. Cause of what? Cause of these two exposure. So this is informational.
So this, okay, hold on. So this port number is not for exposing the port number of the actual physical box. This is just like what I'm saying is whatever we are giving it during the time of Docker run -p command,
Mhm.
right? So that the first port, which is the host port, that we still need to give now also if you want to get it exposed to the outside world.
Right. So see here, I have specified both the port. This is external, this is internal. Still I have to give it. Okay. But what will happen? Think about it. There is a two placement, hyphen p here and hyphen p here. So this information is just informational for here. Internal port. It will not impact you in any of your application, because application decide what post they want to run, not a Docker.
Okay.
Okay, so guys, this is the one. This line is very interesting. This line is very interesting. So what exactly this? So guys, you know that anyone can tell me the Jenkins container is running with which user?
I think Jenkins user only.
Jenkins user. Just I think before that I have one question. Yashwant, hyphen p part. So hyphen p is the way to expose the port. We did cover last first day only. So
Rajesh, okay, I'm asking about the part where you use the hyphen p two times for Docker run, right? Okay, I got the first part where it says, no, just go to the terminal. I'll tell you, okay, you just run this thing, right? So, okay, here you specified hyphen p 8080 and 8080. Okay, one is the host port.
To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 399 plan, and grow your skills immensely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, 8080 and 8080. Okay, where first 8080 is for actually host and second is for
web.
What to say? Container. Here, this.
No. Okay, I'll answer this. Wait a second. See what is happening. See here. See here. Remember, Jenkins has a 2 port, one for the web and one for the agent. Typically, agent no need to expose it. We don't need it because you don't want to access the agent. But in case if you want to access, then you have to use -p second time also. So first port here, look at this here. First port -p represent the first expose, which is here. So HTTP port set here. Second expose, the one which you do that represents the second expose, which you have here. So if your application has few more expose, you can do that. Now through that you have expose web also and agent also. That means you can access the agent directly, though you don't need it because it nothing we are going to do with the agent. We do with the website itself or web itself. So if you want to expose multiple ports, sometime what happens, you have a multi-port requirements and you want to expose a multiple port, and in those scenario you can use this stuff. Got it?
Yes, clear.
Yeah. So guys, here, so you remember the Jenkins container is running with the Jenkins user. But how come? Jenkins is not having, how come the Jenkins user? Because Jenkins user, if the container has to be run as a Jenkins user, Jenkins user need to be created in advance before that. So where the things is being created, look at this here. Line number 18. If you understand the Linux command, you know that very well. There's one group getting added with the Jenkins and there's one user getting added. So here Jenkins user, before running as a user, you have to create that, or it need to be present. By default, every root file system comes with along with a root. But any other user like a Tomcat, MySQL, Jenkins, this and that, you have to create it before running. So yes, what exactly this line is doing? So basically guys, this line is running your container with Jenkins user. Why? Because Jenkins application runs with the Jenkins user. That's a requirement. So here it is. And then here we have a copy and entry point. Now entry point and CMD is the most important information which I'm going to talk about in some time. But do you have any questions before that? So here you have a CMD and here you have entry point. So the question is, what is the major difference in CMD and entry point? So guys, very simple. CMD can be replaced. Entry point cannot be replaced. In short, I'm just teaching you not to confuse you too many scenarios, though there are 4-5 more scenarios is there, but once you work on it, you will experience more things here. So CMD can be replaced. Entry point cannot be replaced. So can I show you here? Before that, let me tell you guys, why do we use this one? So guys, how to set PID1 for the container? Yeah, that is a questions which we are addressing right now. Guys, you have to set the PID1, right? Remember, the PID1 is as long as the PID1 is running, your container is running. But the question is how to set PID1 for the container. So you have only two ways in a Docker file to set the PID1. One is CMD, one is entry point. Simple. Second one is a entry point. But the question is, what is the difference? So guys, here you see that Ubuntu guys has set bin bash, and because of this line only, whenever you run container of Ubuntu, you used to get it bin bash. But guys, Jenkins guys has set entry point bintini parameter 1, parameter 2. Because of this only, when you run a Jenkins container, you used to set bintini. Let me tell you, the topic which is different. Like if that executable is keep on running, the container is running. If that is not running, container is not running. That I have explained it to you already. But this is a way to set PID1, whether it's running or not running, I don't care. That you will take care of it. Okay, so how to set the PID1 for the container? There are two ways, but the question is, what is the difference? So here it says CMD can be replaced during runtime. Entry point cannot be replaced during runtime. Let me prove it. So guys, here Docker run -itd Ubuntu, and here what I'm going to do is ls docker ps see here I got this container from Ubuntu and I could replace PID1. I detached mode actually. If I leave this all this stuff, see here, this will do the work. It has list. See, first it created a container, then it started the container, and then listed ls, and then it got come out of it. That's the behavior in ls. So now you see here one more container ls. So here remember Ubuntu have used what? Ubuntu have used CMD. I showed you just now. But second thing is entry point. So entry point guys cannot be replaced. Let me show you here. So here Docker run -d Jenkins. See here bintini and Docker run -t ls. See this time, both the time I could never replace. So guys, what to use, you decide. When you want your user of image, you want them to change that PID1 and get their work done, you can set CMD. When you want the user not to change the behavior of image, then you can use entry point. For example, Jenkins said, I am developing an image for Jenkins, not for ls or not for anything else. So I will not allow to change the behavior of container and image. So they use the entry point. But guys, there are a few more things which you have it. Like what if you use the 2 CMD? What if you use the 2 entry point in the same Docker file? What if you use the 1 CMD and 1 entry point? How is the behavior of this? I will let you explore all this stuff yourself. And for that, I am going to share with you some of my examples which will help you to learn. So where is that?
Please enroll our general membership for $399 plan to get access of all the parts.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.